Now we cut to Tara and a bunch of women, and... Oh no. I'm gonna have to censor this, aren't I? Look, guys, all the other people did this off screen. Can't you just... Wait, what? This shouldn't be turning me on, but it is. Well, apparently these monster things have evolved over the years for the sole purpose of making clothes. Because reasons, and they make new clothes for Tare. I guess the girls dig this look because they're dancing around him. Very creepily. No, Tare, no! I know you think they're hot, but you don't trust creepy laughter. That's a red flag. Later on, Tare joins the other Romes and traverses the fields of dancing spaghetti and pumpkin trees on a mission to steal some food from the Drogs. Oh, come on, guys, you don't need to steal. You have spaghetti noodles and pumpkins. I mean, sure, it's not the best combination, but surely you can think of something. Either way, it looks as if no one's getting food tonight when bandits suddenly steal the food out of nowhere. Oh well, time for some more education. Because that's more important than food. I'm actually kinda not joking. Look how they react when this guy turns the headset off.
In fact, after the...
What have you done?
Ceramic era.
Remember, kids, knowing is not only half the battle, it can also be a serious addiction. Jesus Christ.
Tare, you know as much as the Drogs. Me, I am barely able to write. Look.
Well, yeah, you keep half-assing it like that, it's no wonder you can't write. Oh, ew. Well, this seems kind of pointless, but at least it stopped that horrible face sucking. What the hell? Once again I have a strong feeling that I should censor this. And that. Just when it looks like the monster has had a successful hunt, the Ohms retaliate. Oh, God. I don't even have wings and I can feel that. Well, now that they've successfully defeated this beast, they can all go home now and... Oh, God. Oh, God, that's disgusting. What? No! Oh, that's just messed up. Look, even Tare agrees, he's traumatized. Well, anyways, after that healthy dose of iron, in the next scene we see that outside of where the Ohms reside, there are strange markings over the entrance. These markings indicate the spots for deomization. In other words...
We are all gonna die! The Drogs will massacre us. They're punishing us for stealing knowledge.
Seriously, guy, we might as well just put these words over you. Later that night, we see Tare making his way outside, and he comes across another tribe of Ohms not too far from him. But before he can make his way to them, a group of men knock him out and take him there themselves. Well, that's one way to get your plan going. He's eventually brought to the leader of the tribe, who questions him. He tries to warn them about the deomization, but they don't seem terribly convinced.
Deomize the park. Is that so? How do you know this?
One of our tribe saw it, written on the wall.
The Ohms of the Great Tree know how to read Drog writing now?
Believe me, the Drogs will deomize.
Take him away. One of you go look at the walls.
We don't believe you, but we kind of do.
Not long after, we see that, big shock, Tare was right, and the Drogs begin to... shoot vitamins at them. Come on, guys, don't be so difficult. Take your medicine. Realizing that her people are indeed dying off like Tare said they would, the old lady frees him, and he runs off to save the other tribe. He gets back and sees that many of them are already dead. Wait a minute. Could that mean? Oh god. Oh man, I knew it. Oh. Okay. Moving on. Ter, observing all the death around him, looks in the distance and sees that his lady friend is still alive and carrying the headset. They both manage to make it out alive and well, and join the other survivors when they hear a conversation from two nearby drogs.
It smells of ohms. What vermin? The Great Council should deomize the park more often. Owning a domestic ohm is all right, they're amusing. But all these savage ohms, they steal, they're dirty, they reproduce at an appalling rate.
Whoa, they are talking major smack. When the drogs discover that the ohms are directly below them, they begin stomping on them. The ohms, suddenly knowing how to fight back, overthrow one of the drogs and begin to stab away. Oh, and this guy runs away. For God's sake, man, throw yourself on the ground and roll around on them. Is your weird-ass outfit too good to ruin? The drog is eventually killed, but not without some sacrifice, as we see that the Mighty One is... dead? Oh no, he was... important, I guess? Knowing full well that the drogs would soon take notice of this retaliation, the old lady leads the remaining people to a secret hideout. Back in, I don't know, Drogopolis, New Drog City, Drogotopia, the people from earlier are discussing how the Savage Ohms have managed to murder a drog, and how they may need to deomize a bit more often.
So helpless that ohms can kill them this easily?
The Savage Ohms are far more numerous than we had ever imagined.
And they could have been stopped if that guy just dropped on the ground and rolled around on them. Oh, and by the way, it's oh so convenient that they have the exact same footage we just saw earlier. Even the music.
Ohms attacked in great swarms. Every day, they grow more and more audacious.
Master Sin, it is most distressing to learn that the Uva of Telez is not the only place where deomization has provoked fierce retaliation.
You know, what kind of really annoys me in this scene is that they seem to think that an adept thinking animal with the ability to reason wouldn't retaliate after being put through all this shit. Like, I don't know if these guys know what oppression is, though their wardrobe suggests that they're making a fashion statement towards somebody, but come on.
We were wrong to consider ohms as simple, harmless animals.
You think? So, in light of all the recent events, from food and supplies being stolen to the drog murder, all of which they should have seen coming in some way, the Drog Council decides that it'd probably be best to kill off at least most of the ohms once and for all. In the next scene, we come back to the ohms, who have taken up residence in an old rocket depot, and we see that quite a lot of ohms have joined in since we last saw them. One might say, oh my gosh. We also see that the ohms not only now have the knowledge and materials to build working rocket ships, but also have new shiny suits. They're pretty nice, but they could use more of that sequin shine if you ask me.
We had constructed our city in a long-abandoned Drog rocket depot. Our ultimate goal was to reach the fantastic planet.
Fantastic planet, fantastic planet. Where have I heard that before? Oh yeah. Yeah, it seems that in this movie titled Fantastic Planet, the titular planet is barely mentioned. What's confusing is that the original French version, Le Planète Sauvage, sorry for the butchering, translates to the Savage Planet, because of the Savage Ohms. Why not use that title? Anyway, word of the massive deomization has gotten around, and Terra suggests that they work harder building the rockets. Right after Terra warns everyone about the Drogs coming to exterminate them, guess what happens? Good job, Terra, you jinx.
I'm sorry. I can't go with you.
But I'm not afraid. I'm certain you'll succeed. We'll construct a world where Ohms can live in peace and happiness. A world far from the Drogs. The fantastic planet will become our planet. The world of our children. You must go. Go quickly. You must.
Oh no, she was important, I guess? Wow, this movie's been going on for a while. How much is left? Really? 5 minutes? How much can you do with 5 minutes? Well, the film apparently wastes no time with its climax, as we see the Drogs using their death ray things, spiky comb things, and vacuums, killing off all Ohms in their paths as Terra and company blast off to Fantastic Planet, leaving the others to die. We see the rocket go past some Drogs in meditation and... oh, look, more Ohms dying. Screw you, Terra. The rocket crew successfully lands and we see... preservation of fine art? No, apparently these are host bodies used by the Drogs and other meditating beings for, Terra?
By means of their meditation spheres, the Drogs arrived at the Fantastic Planet to meet with beings from other galaxies, and to join them in celebrating strange nuptial rites.
Yeah, sex, basically. The crew notice that the statues are moving dangerously fast towards them, and in a moment of fast thinking, fire upon the statues. And boy, do their guns have the most threatening sound you've ever heard. It sounds like synthesized water. I'm not even sure that has a sound, but it sounds like it. When the statues are destroyed, they send the Drogs into a frenzy, evidently causing many of them to go blind. Or something, they don't say. The Drog Council, recognizing that the Ohms now have powers of their own, decide that a negotiation may be in order. The movie ends explaining that ultimately, the two races came to a peaceful resolution, and that the Ohms now inhabit their own little mini-planet. On a side note, the fact that it's being told on a Drog child's headset is pretty clever.
Constructed on the various Uvas of Terra.
And that was Fantastic Planet, ladies and gentlemen. Was it fantastic? Not really. It's not that I didn't like it. In fact, it was very entertaining. My first problem with this movie is that I found the overall story progression to be very dull. Terra's a slave for a whole third of the film. Then he escapes, some stuff happens, and then he finds his crew and escapes the planet. It may be a personal thing, but I honestly think that this movie would have been much better as a musical without any dialogue or story being told to us. Because when you look at the potential that this movie had to show off the various creatures that appear in this world, and the situations that happen, such as the deomization, the climax, and the council meetings, these all could have been presented visually with musical accompaniment, and it would have fit perfectly. I think so, at least. My other problem is the runtime, which really is just over an hour counting the credits. The events near the end of the film happened really fast, and I do think that hurt the film a bit, especially when the first 30 minutes could have been trimmed down. So, what did I like about this film? Well, why did I say that this could work well as a musical? Because of something I liked in this movie, the music. Music reviewing. Have I done that before? I don't remember. Anyway, the music in this film was pretty damn good. It gave you some nice orchestral tracks, along with some psychedelic tunes that really complemented this strange world. What else did I like about the movie? Well, like I said before, I like its world. You have all these weird fantastical creatures and all these cool obscure landmarks that appear throughout the film. You sort of want to know what the hell everything is and how it came to be. Unfortunately, the film keeps its creatures and landmarks more in the background, rendering them simple eye candy. If we'd gotten more of these fantastical creatures, the name Fantastic Planet would have made more sense. Either way, what we got is what we got, and what we got was a beautifully animated sci-fi film that, while it has a mediocre story, is still pleasing to observe nonetheless. Well, that's it for this episode, guys. Tune in next time for more Obscurity. This is Jeeves, your host, signing out. Seriously, why didn't they just call it Savage Planet? It would have made so much more sense.